Hello, my name is Mirand Wise, and I'm the writer and producer of the story that you are about to watch. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed the show as much as I enjoyed writing it. And take care. I'll see you on the other side. Bye bye. Chapter 19. Days later, CeeCee's limo pulled in front of the arena. She stepped out, wearing a pair of black shades, black baseball cap, and black pants and jacket. Nikki and Tawanda were in the other limo right behind her. They headed into the arena from the rear with Jason and other security escorting them. CeeCee wasn't the only famous person in that group. Nelson's car pulled up shortly after. They headed inside to check out the setup on stage. Technicians and musicians were still setting up. The time came. The arena was packed. CeeCee was nervous but excited. She had gotten so much support from Nikki and Tawanda. The three of them headed on stage, leaving Nell in his dressing room. It was not time for him to come out just yet. That was a little surprise she wanted to do for her fans. CeeCee opened the show with a bang in Los Angeles, speaking to the audience. Good evening, everyone. Listen, I am so happy to be in Los Angeles. So with that, I have a nice surprise for y'all. So this first number is something I wrote during the time I was at my lowest, but it's a song to tell all of my fans that I am the same as everyone else. No matter how successful you are still just like everyone else. Now, not that I didn't know that before, but I know that everyone will be able to relate to this song. Let's do it. I've made so many mistakes, can't even count the days of the things I got wrong. The list is so very long because I'm flawed. Because I'm Success don't mean perfect. I sometimes be hurting like everyone else. I know myself, getting things right is hard because I'm flawed. Her show then moved to Seattle, Washington. Everything for you, I make you happy, your sky's blue. There's nothing I've not done. Your life is easy, filled with fun. But I have to ask this of you. Do you love me? Love me? Love me? Love me? Do you love me? Love me? The show then moved to Houston, Texas, and it was so packed they had to do 2 more shows than they did in Los Angeles and Seattle. Love me, love me, love me, love me. Woo! I know you all want to know what is coming next, don't you? intro of Take This With You began as the crowd applauded again. She and her backups, Nikki and Tawanda, did dance steps as they sang. Take Afterwards, they went on to Atlanta, where they were loved. She announced Nell in each city, but he received an exceptional applause when she announced him. Y'all know Nelson Baines, known as Nell from Trilogy of Souls, don't you? The crowd were up on their feet when they sang a portion of Down and Around. I'm going down. Going down. Going down. Tell CeeCee to rap for me, baby. Cause CeeCee rap like a lady. Hey, C-No. Take it away. Woo! I'm going down. Won't see me around. Nowhere to be found. Not a wedding gown. It'll make me frown. I know you're bound to love my sound. That sounded good. Well understood. We're from the hood of Valley Green. The three of us. By the time they reached Richmond, CeeCee was exhausted, but her excitement kept her going. But she had to admit, she always looked forward to that last show. That's when even more people turned out because they knew the tour would be over. People from as far as South Carolina, North Carolina, and New York came to the show in Richmond. Hey y'all, we have come to the final portion of our show, and check this out. Nell has a treat for you. Now, I'm sure some of you may have already heard about it, but when we did our show in Los Angeles, the shock value was amazing, but we cannot let you go until you hear what Nell has to say. Holding hands with the Lamb, you shared your plans with me, and I began to see how I adored you. Justine, how did you sneak into my dream? Justine, it was reality it seemed. How did you sneak into my dream? It was reality, it seemed. The crowd was in awe, hearing him so wholeheartedly bellow out that song. They knew whomever Justine was, this man truly loved. When he wrote that song, CeeCee asked him if he had constantly dreamed about her, as his chorus indicated. He told her yes, and he never stopped thinking about her, even after 3 years. He had dated several women since, but nobody touched Justine in value. He knew he loved her. At home, Justine had just come out of the laundry room in the basement when she noticed the televised show. Justine, how did you sneak into my dream? It was reality, it seemed. Reality, it seemed. She stopped, set the basket of laundry on the floor, and could not take her eyes from that TV. She sat on the sofa. She could not stop her tears as she watched him pour out his heart. Nell continued singing, all of the memories of her flooding to his mind.
Oh, Justine, how did you sneak into my dream? Justine, it was reality, it seemed. Justine, how did you sneak into my dream?
He did not care that someone would say he was begging. He did not care about making a fool of himself. According to the so-called alpha males, all he knew was that he could not get this woman out of his mind, his dreams, and his heart. On the plane, CeeCee told him how proud she was of him for making a comeback. She told him how much she loved that song, and as soon as it was released, she would be the first person to buy a copy. The plane ride from Richmond to BWI was short.
When the time comes, we'll have fun. How about a ring? This is not a fling. I want you as my wife.
Security escorted them from the plane, and once they received their baggage, they headed outside. But before they reached the exit, there stood Justine. Nelson stopped cold.
Sneak into my dream. It was reality, it seemed. It was reality, it seemed.
He was surprised to see her. Nikki and Tawanda were escorted by their security to the limo. CeeCee, having noticed Justine, stood next to Nell, watching the scene. She looked at him and smiled.
What a nice surprise.
Mr. Baines, we have to get moving. Jason, the security, said. Justine and Nell head towards each other and hugged. He lifted her, spun her around. They locked in a kiss. Oh, Nelson, that was beautiful. You named a song after me?
Baby, I told you I'm a changed man.
You know what? I believe you. You are a changed man.
Oh, and guess what?
What?
I'm back in the music game. CeeCee finally convinced me.
Oh, that's wonderful! Oh my God! Oh my God! The impatient protection officer said that they had to go one more time. Nelson and Justine followed them to the limo. She told him she took a taxi to the airport, therefore she was riding back with him. CeeCee turned around and said,
Welcome back, Nelson Baines. Yeah!
Chapter 20. The next morning, after that last show in Richmond, Jenna J and Ralph Cook opened their show with a bang. CeeCee placed her coffee mug on the table and sat down. She smiled, listening to them. She could relax at home for at least a week. Nelson Baines, a.k.a. Nell, here he comes. I wish that Justine song was released because I'm going to tell you right now, I will play that junk. Word up. Wonder why they always do that to us, Jenna. Do what? What you talking about, Ralph? First in Records. They always have their artists do a show with an unreleased song and then make us wait a month before it's released. Yeah, you know what? I don't know what that is, but I think it's some of the artists that be doing that because that's not the first time CeeCee Wright's done that. She probably told Nell not to release it yet, to punish us. Oh, man. But did you see her last video? Did you see that? I did. And you know that junk was slamming. But I'm about to get off CeeCee for a minute because I got to get back on Nelson. Okay. I knew he was going to make a comeback. Didn't I tell you when we saw him at the Grammys with CeeCee that he was going to make a comeback?
You did, yeah. You called that one. You did call that one, Jenna. You said it.
And I knew he had something up that sleeve of his tuxedo that night. But that song, Justine, woohoo!
You know what? I heard he really does have a girlfriend named Justine.
Nuh-uh. Stop playing with me, Ralph.
I ain't
better
playing.
not find out you lying.
I'm not lying.
Stop playing.
Listen,
Stop playing.
Jenna, I'm not lying. I'm not. He really does have a girlfriend named Justine. I'm not lying.
Well, all right then. So, Ralph, let me ask you a question. Just between me and you. I don't want nobody else to hear this. Do you think Trilogy of Soul is going to get back together?
Well, Jenna, I look at it like this. Only if they get somebody to take Nokie's place.
Oh, kid. You know you ain't no good, Ralph. But you know what? That's true. I can't see her being invited to the cookout after the way she stabbed her girl all up in her back. Nokie wouldn't even be able to get a tour on a chitlin circuit these days.
You talking about me, girl? You wrong for that. But word on the curb says she done had a third kid by that alleged pimp she married.
Oh, yeah. We better be careful, though. Always say alleged. But karma got everybody's address. That's all I'm going to say on that. Just so glad Nell's back in the game. Congratulations to you, brother. We miss you.
That's right, Nell. Do your thing, man.
This is Jenna J and Ralph Cook as the sound of the city rose and the nation's capital.
To shout.
How about a reason to cry out?
So many things to love. Think of ways of how we can be happy. So sing about your baby. Sing about a movie. Sing about the sunshine and the rain. Sing about the nighttime and the day.
Hello? When CeeCee answered the phone, she was surprised to hear Nokie's voice on the other end. Hey, CeeCee, how you doing?
Nokie, what is it that you want? Why are you calling me?
I just wanted to congratulate you on your Grammys and tell you I'm really sorry for how things turned out.
You mean how you turned them out, right? You know I could have lost my whole career because of your knife in my back.
Listen, I'm sorry, CeeCee. I really am. Michael had a lot of influence over me back then. We broke up now. I had to move on because he was so abusive. CeeCee was a little affected by what her former friend said, but that was not enough to make her foolishly and blindly allow her back into her life. Maybe Nokie was looking for a way to get back into the industry. Preston definitely would not take her back, though. After their investigation, they learned it was Nokie who had in fact leaked those photos to the press about CeeCee. Norman had made it clear that Nokie had been placed in a file as an indefinite inactive artist, meaning she would never be brought back.
Well, I hope everything works out for you, Nokie.
You still hate me, don't you?
No, I actually do not hate you. I forgive you.
Well, thanks then.
But know this, you and I would never be the way we were. Trust is earned. Once you burn it down, you cannot repair it. But I don't wish any harm to you,
and I hope your life turns out well. Can I ask you a question then? Sure, go ahead. Why would you cut a person off if you forgive them then? Nokie, you are confusing forgiveness with intimacy. Forgiveness means I don't hold any malice against you, but I can still not trust you at the same time. Okay. Well, I see you won't give me a chance to rebuild my trust, so I'll just leave it at that. Afterwards, they hung up. CeeCee's mother had always told her not to be screwed by the same person twice. Nokie had no other choice but to leave it at that. CeeCee was content to have her two friends, Nikki and Tawanda, but especially Nikki, who had been there during some of the toughest times of her life. They had been in the industry since the company started in 1978, but were humble enough to back her up on stage during her tour. The closeness that family shared made them successful and confident. She just hoped one day Cartier would be rescued. Yolanda told her that Cartier listened to her husband and had pretty much cut off the rest of the family. There were two words to describe the reason for CeeCee's success: Preston Records.
So sing your happiness, release all your distress into a place where it goes away. So sing your happiness, release all your distress in a place where it all goes away.
Good morning, DC. This is Jenna J.
And I'm Ralph Cook.
And we have a special show for you this morning. We have been given the honor to have an exclusive interview with CeeCee Wright.
So tune in as you make your way up and down the crowded parking lot we love to call the Beltway.
Again, we are talking to the lovely, talented CeeCee Wright. So, CeeCee, tell us, how did you end up on Norman's label? Well, we started out as Trilogy of Soul, me, Nelson, Nokalita, who is known as Nokie, and each year we had a music festival at Woodson High, sponsored by Miss Grace Bradford.
So do they still have those music festivals?
Well, unfortunately, that is no longer part of the summer youth program.
Okay, gotcha.
So, Norman Preston attended that year, and the rest is history.
Okay, so tell us, CeeCee, your history with Nell and Nokie. How did y'all meet?
We grew up together, all the way back from first grade. Wow! First grade, and y'all in your 20s now, like mid-20s? Okay, now, CeeCee, we're gonna get into the weeds a little bit because that's what me and Ralph do. So you and the other two disbanded. Tell us about that. Yes, we sort of went our separate ways. And because I was still trying to pursue music, Nikki Preston, my best friend, encouraged me to pursue a solo career. So here I am. That's wonderful. Any of those Preston Devereaux sisters, any of those are a good friend of yours? That's a treasure indeed. I've been trying to get Nikki Preston on my show for years, but when you say went your separate ways, what does that actually mean? Nokie got married and became a mother to 3 handsome boys, and now just sort of drifted away. I think he is interviewing y'all later. Yeah, we will be interviewing him separately. That way you two won't eclipse each other and maybe get to singing a brand new song on our show that we're not prepared for right
now. Oh, so, CeeCee, do you miss being in a group?
I do. At times I do. Nell and I have collaborated since, and you do very well. You guys have great chemistry. Seems it's even better as a duo than when you all were a trio. Not adding any shade or anything to anybody, but might I also add that you were more successful as a solo artist? Yeah, I had more control over the direction I was going, but might I add that speaking of chemistry, sometimes a group's success doesn't always depend on talent, but chemistry. If chemistry, like if negativity is fused into the equation, it may hold the group back no matter how talented they may be.
Yeah, that's true. Like, take the Temptations, for example. They didn't start making hits until Al was gone and entered David Ruffin. So that was just the right chemistry for that group at the time. Don't you agree, Jenna?
I do. And no shade to any of the members of the ever-changing, ever-evolving Temptations, but that's facts.
So, let me ask you this, CeeCee. Why do some of Preston's artists surprise us on stage with unreleased songs and then make us wait weeks before we can get it on our stations? Riddle me that.
Yeah, riddle us that, CeeCee. Well, I think it has to do with the artist, actually. I mean, I don't want to throw Norman out there because he really doesn't. He gives us more control over our stuff, but Norman is like everybody's uncle. You know, everybody's uncle that give you money and tell you you're doing real good in school and everything. And so it really doesn't have anything to do with Preston as much as it do with the artist. Like Nell, for example. So, have you spoken to Nokie? Yeah, briefly a few months ago. But sometimes in life, some people are there for the entire ride, and some only for a short distance in your journey. That's just the way things are.
Yeah, facts. So, CeeCee, where does it go from here?
Well, you know, I'm working on my next album. It's called The Journey Continues.
So, why don't you tell us about that?
In that album, I wrote 2 songs about my mother, our struggles, our pain, but how she did her best. And I have a couple of them about life and love. We cannot wait. And don't you dare slight us by going on tour and singing it on stage before you release it. Can you just do us that? Okay. But you know what? We love your music, your style, and your finesse.
Yeah, we do. And we really enjoyed this interview with you. We know you don't do interviews, and we're honored to be the first.
The first what, Ralph? The first what?
Jenna, when you bowl, do all your balls go in the gutter?
Well, wait a minute, hold up. I'm just asking. Because you know people out there can get to thinking the wrong thing, Ralph.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, this was a great interview, and we are thankful, CeeCee.
Yes, we are, Miss Cecilia, right? We are very thankful for this interview. Keep on your journey, sister girl. Only stop to refuel. Go around the roadblocks. Don't let the bad weather of life stop you. Oh, thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. You are welcome. You're listening to the Jenna J and Ralph Cook Show as DC rolls with PGC. How about a little CeeCee and Nell as you make your way to work?
The time of your absence brings me emptiness, but your presence brings me happiness. There was a void, I missed your jokes and laughter. As time wore on, I realized only I gift that was right from above. Oh, 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 I really miss you.
Did you miss me?
I really miss you.
Did you miss me?
I really miss you.
Did you miss me?
I really miss you.
Did you miss me? I hope you enjoyed the show, all 5 parts of the show. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed writing it. Tune in for more. I have more coming. But the only way you'll know is that you like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Okay? And thank you. And if you made it all the way here, that means you enjoyed it. All right. Take care and be safe. Bye.